besties. I look like a lunch lady, but I'm in the hospital right now. I'm about to start for my patient care hours for PA school. It's been a difficult journey, but we're here. And I know how to go.
If we could run it back, and do you wonder if we could run it?
Oof. Hello. Hi guys, my name is Rachel. I create college lifestyle videos and I'm making this video to document my PA application experience. I currently am in PA school. I'm in semester 2 of didactic year, but I wanted to take you guys along, just show you the entire process from filling out CASPA to submitting your applications to just the interviews. I vlogged a little bit, so this is gonna kind of cut in and out from like narrating to like the vlog. Bear with me, but I hope you guys enjoy this video and I hope you guys learn a little bit if you guys are applying to PA school. And also if you are, like, good luck. It's such a stressful journey, but it's low-key worth it in the end. Alright, so where to begin? I started PA applications when CASPA first opened up. That was like around the end of April. I remember going to a coffee shop and just starting to fill out everything from personal information to like my education stuff, transcript input. I ended up, you have the option for transcript input to do it yourself or have someone pay the service to do it for you. I kind of opted to do it myself. Be very wary of like how you're typing out the classes, how you're classifying them, what grades you're putting in, because I think that does matter. Little tip from me is to copy and paste all the, like, your personal statement and your supplemental prompts into like a Google Doc and then type from there and then paste all your responses in once you finish. And I'm jumping in, editing Rachel here. I realized I talked about this and actually showed you the documents of like my organization of my applications a little later in the video, so just wait a little bit for that to see what everything kind of looks like. Cool. The reason why I say put it on the Google Doc, not only is it for you to like be able to edit and look back, you can also share it with people who you trust to review everything that you have written. So I shared it with so many friends, and thank you guys so much if you are watching this. Thank you so much for helping me, because I asked a lot of people for help on all my supplementals and my personal statement, so I appreciate you guys. Another thing, and I'm gonna show you a little vloggy clip explaining this, but some of the schools I applied to required you to do a CASPER, and the CASPER is kind of like a ethics exam, bedside manners skills that you would want from a practitioner. So CASPER is what some schools require to examine that aspect of your skill. So let's go back in time to when I was taking the CASPER. Hi besties. One of the requirements made by one of the PA schools I'm applying to is to take the CASPER. And if you don't know what the CASPER is, it's kind of like an acuity situational based test where there's no right or wrong answer. You just have to do what you think is right and justify it. And you have 5 minutes to answer 3 questions on each situation, and there's 15 situations. My test is in less than 30 minutes. It is 7:37. The test is at 8 p.m. Another thing about the CASPER is like most of the test dates are on work days and they're at 8 p.m. So right after work for me, I literally just got home from work. That's just where we're at right now, but I've been working very hard to try to do well on this exam. Like, you can only take it 1 time per cycle because it's really judging your judgment. So that's why this is gonna be my first time taking it and hopefully my last time taking it. And it's only required by a few schools. I just hope I do well. It's also really hot here. Let's see how I do. I studied for about a week. I kind of have the hang, but yeah, come take my CASPER with me. You can't really do that, so these are just some pre-game thoughts. I have my non-alcoholic beverage here, my Celsius, to keep me going through the day. It's supposed to be 90 to 110 minutes, so I should be done around like 10-ish. The minute, this countdown is deafening. I'm like unwell. Rachel here again. I did not close that off, but that was it for CASPER. After I took CASPER, they said to wait like a month So I was doing just that and filling out more and more applications. So now let's skip to when I actually submitted applications. Guys, I just feel like I need to film this because I'm shaking and Matt's not answering me. So I'm shaking even more because I have like really bad anxiety, but I just submitted my application. I feel like I just like went over it like a billion times and I don't know how much longer I could go over that. And so I submitted my application. I don't know if you can see it, but I submitted my application. This is a little insane. Oh my god, is this one calling now? Yeah, it is. I'll be right back. Say hello.
She's submitting application, and she also hates the shirt.
I do hate the shirt, but how am I doing with the apps?
She's doing well.
But 2 applications in. I have a couple more to go. The most stressful time in this application process, honestly, is maybe submitting the app. I feel like it's been the most stressful part, and spending the money. But I can update certain parts of the application, so if I like experience something else or if I like shadow someone else, I can add that. I just can't edit any of my previous things that I've entered, so everything that I've had in the app so far is like locked and loaded. I did check on my Casper today and it said the results were delivered, meaning it got sent to the schools. That's the update on this PA journey. I wish I recorded more of the process of like meeting with my friends. Huge shout out to my friends who sat with me and like went over this app, especially Shrina. You're literally a real one. I swear this doc that I made is like shared with a billion people, but I think I needed that, you know? I'm gonna show you my doc now because I don't think I brought you through that process. Basically, I got so OG that I created a table of contents for my personal statements and my supplementals because I feel like it just got really crowded. Like literally there's 17 pages of essays and there's more to come because I haven't even scratched the surface of half of my other applications supplementals. So basically I have them, like if I click on it, it'll toggle down to where I need to go. So 17 pages of just like supplementals and personal statements. We would comment to each other different things, like Margaret edited the personal statement prompt from Quinnipiac, which is really funny. So I leave some of those in for entertainment purposes. But that's how I've stayed organized throughout this entire thing. I've made a document and like dumped all of the prompts into here. Also, I've stayed organized with everything that I need for requirements. I made a Google Sheets and I basically have my like school name, location requirements, completed requirements, application due date, application submitted, and then like a asterisk here to make sure that I know if it's rolling admissions, way I can submit like as soon as possible. I have that here with like other outstanding requirements. All of the requirements are here in checklist form. Here I have this is what I sent out to my letter of recommendations, and I like specifically put like their mission, the school's mission here, and the requirements by the school, just so they understood exactly what the school's mission was, just so they could add any like important points from those missions, as well as specific standout things from the letter of recommendation. And this is a documentation of all my hours. I document it, and over here I'll have like my total shadowing hours, because for some schools your total overall hours have to be like only 10% of that can be your shadowing. So I calculate that here. I have my total direct patient care hours, and I've also have paid hours for direct patient care. So I also factor in how many total paid hours I have as well, so that I make sure that I meet the requirements of every school. I didn't fill everything out though, so that's probably why there's some like gaps in this. I'd say overall, as of right now, I have 1,000 hours in total direct patient care, and I'd have, by the time I get matriculated, I'll have at least 3,000 hours if I keep working. So yeah, that's my update. I'll see you guys the next time. Hey guys. So now it's June 29th and I feel like I need to update you guys because a lot happened within the past 2 days. The last time I left you off, I submitted applications. So that was submitted. So then 2 days ago, I was talking to my manager to get some documentation for the hours, and I realized once I got off the phone with her that her email changed. That meant my PA school application contact information for her was wrong. So I was like, oh my god, I hope that if they do reach out to her, they see that when they do send her a message, it just gets like redirected and they have to like mail her again at a different email. But then I was like, okay, I let it go. Then the next day, so yesterday, I wake up to an email before work from CASPA. It was pretty jarring. There's this notification that says corrections required for application, unreported institution. Your CASPA application was returned to you and it was not delivered to the program. So the email said that my Quinnipiac University transcript indicates that I had a Seton Hall University. I attended Seton Hall University, but I didn't list it on my application because I didn't attend Seton Hall. But I did in high school take a college course. One of my teachers in high school taught English and he also taught at Seton Hall. So he offered a course through Seton Hall for us high school honors students to take the class that he was teaching us that we were enrolled in for college credit. So that's what I did because I was like, oh, that'd be nice. Like I wouldn't have to take like a humanities during college. So it covered 3 credits, my college transcript. And on the top of my college transcript, it says Seton Hall University transfer. And I was like, oh, no. But I didn't think I'd had to report that. Like I just thought that I reported the grade like on my transcript entry, but as like a freshman, like it was just like a random course that I put it under. I didn't put it under a separate transcript entry Seton Hall University. Like I didn't know that I had to report that I like went to Seton Hall. So I literally didn't go there. Now I have to request a transcript from Seton Hall, but like they don't even know who I am. Like do they even have a record of me? Because like I don't have a student ID. So then I was like doing my own research and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna request an online transcript from Seton Hall and see if they just like fulfill it. So I did that, but it was asking for my student ID and I was like, I don't have a student ID there. But I figured out a way to just like put it through without doing student ID. So I did that. And then I was like stalking the Seton Hall registrar's contact information and I saw that they had a transcript like office. So I called the transcript office, they respond to me right away and he's like, whoa, let's take it back a little bit. What's your name? What's your birthday? What course did you take? And so he got all this information from me and he was like, so I see that you did it, like your credits were fulfilled from fall 2016 to 2017. And I was like, oh word, cool. So he was like, yeah, your transcript's here. If you just request it online, we'll fulfill it within an hour to 24 hours. I was like, perfect. I did that and was waiting for CASPA to process the transcript and it did today, the 29th, June 29th. And I was like, okay, cool, I can resubmit. But also going back to the previous day before this transcript mess happened and I was worrying about the email, because my like CASPA application bounced back, everything got opened again. So I can edit all of my like experiences that I already reported. So I was able to change her email, which was cool. I was able to check over everything all over again to make sure I had all the right things, and I did, and everything went for the application. I'm feeling good. And then I also, when I woke up this morning, I was looking through my emails and I got my Casper. So I got my test results back and it said that I was in the Rachel here again. That clip cut out and I don't know why. So anyways, my test results for Casper, I'm pretty sure I was in the top percentile. Honestly, I don't remember, but I just know that I scored the highest that I could and I was proud of myself. So anyways, back to the video. Once I submitted my application, I didn't submit all of them right away, and I don't think I ended up submitting a bunch of them, but I did submit to a couple schools. I remember submitting to like 3 schools at first, and then the rest I kind of gradually did them. So I was hearing back from schools like randomly, and I remember after I'm in a January start program, so even after I started, I didn't even hear back from some of the schools. So I had to withdraw my application and everything from all of them. Anyways, going back back in time a little bit. So I applied to like 3 schools. I think it took 2 weeks or like 4 weeks to hear back from one of the schools, and they were one of my tops. I basically got an interview, which was one of the first schools I applied to, my first ever interview offer. So I was freaking out a little bit. I think I talk about that in the next clip, so just watch that. Hi everyone. So it is July 13th, 2023. A couple of days ago I actually talked about like submitting applications and not hearing back from anyone yet, but I should be hearing back soon, like in the next 2 to 4 weeks. I heard back, guys. I heard back from one school and I'm still so smiley about it because I just like didn't expect it. Like I wasn't anticipating to hear back from anyone or any school now, like thinking maybe in like 2 weeks from now or like a week from now maybe I could hear back. So I'm really happy that I got a response from a school, and it's one of the schools that I'm looking forward to, one of the schools that I kind of want to go to. So I'm really excited about it. I am also kind of scared for the interview process, kind of scared for a group interview because I feel like in group interviews they often get overlooked in a group interview because there are people with bigger personalities than me. At least that's how I feel. So I don't know, I just feel like I need to start prepping myself for this interview because they gave me one date and one time, and it's August 3rd at 1 p.m. in person. I got the news at work today and I really wish I had my camera to just record my reaction. I was on my phone, I looked at it, I got an email, I saw it, I was like, I got caught in my tracks. I was like speechless. I got up and I started pacing around the office. It's my first one, guys. I just hope you know, like, this is my first one ever. I'm so excited. I was like, for a second, I actually was like second guessing myself and I'm like, am I gonna get in? Like, it's not even an acceptance. Like, obviously, I still have to go through the process, but I'm really excited. That's where that is. Things are happening and they're happening fast. I need to document to look back on it. And whatever happens for a reason. But at least I feel like I'm one step closer. That's making me really excited. I'm gonna work on more applications, I guess. See you guys soon. Hi, besties. It's the night of my first interview for PA school, and I'm so scared. I did mock interviews with Matt. I just finished those. I finished talking to myself for like an hour. I'm just prepping for tomorrow. I'm terrified. I don't know what to expect. My suit ready over there. I'm scared. Today I spent shopping for shoes because I don't have closed-toed shoes that are professional, so that was fun. And I'm avoiding TikTok because I can't go on a deep dive for interview stuff. I found this website called BMO. They helped me with my Casper interviews, so I trust them, and I have 170 questions that I have gone through with Matthew to see if I could answer them. And I think the Casper helped me in preparation for it. It's 12 o'clock the night before my interview. It's 12 a.m. So I'm gonna go to bed because I'm tired. And then I'm gonna get ready really early in the morning and prep more. I'm gonna prep more. We'll see what happens. And then it came time to the interview and I was so nervous. I actually was going on a trip for my cousin's wedding literally the next day after my interview, so I was so stressed out for everything. And I actually found out a little later after my first interview offer that I got another interview to another school, and it was going to happen during the time I was in Denmark for my cousin's wedding. So I was also freaking out because time differences and like the Wi-Fi and stuff. I was stressed. So I think I was really stressed, and then I literally was so stressed that I was having locked. My TMJ flared up so much. I could barely eat. I was barely functioning, and it was a stressful time. And I guess here's after my interview. Hi friends. It's time to get unready with me. We have a lot to talk about. I don't know where to place you. I just came from my first PA school interview ever. Yeah. So fun. I was very stressed last night, especially because it's the first interview. I didn't know what to really expect other than what was spoken about on TikTok. And so I didn't anticipate what was going to go on. Anyways, I was very nervous but also very excited at the same time for it. And I was so stressed about today. I think it's the main reason why my jaw, so I've had TMJ and my jaw has been so tense these past couple of days, and I think it's because it was leading up to the interview and what this weekend entails. Like, I'm literally leaving for Denmark tomorrow and I haven't packed for it, and then I have another PA school interview on Monday, but it's virtual, and I have to take that from Denmark and make sure that I'm taking it at the right time. I have to make sure the Wi-Fi is not there. Like, I'm very stressed, guys. So I don't even know where it's going. But yeah, oh yeah, my TMJ. So that's why it's flaring up so bad, because I keep grinding my teeth and I'm so stressed out. But yeah, let's recap the entire day, shall we? My interview is at 1 in person, and so we have to leave like at least a couple hours before. Get there, it's about 2.5 hours away from my house in Jersey. So I get up around like 8, or like I get up at 6, and I keep like trying to fall back a bit to bed, but I really don't. And so I keep continuing on with my day, and I'm like laying here and I'm like, please try to relax for a bit. So I try to go on TikTok, but then I have this sudden urge to like keep looking at interview stuff. So I'm like, let's get off TikTok. And then I'm like, you know, at this point I'm just gonna get up and get ready. So I get up, get ready by 7, I think. And my dad was like, oh, let's leave around 9. My dad took me to the interview. So we left around 9. We go get coffee, and I decide to get a croissant and a coffee because I wanted to take medication so that I know that this won't swell up during the interview. Spoiler alert, I didn't take the meds. So yeah, obviously because I didn't take the meds, my jaw did swell during the interview there. Oh, Jonas Brothers tickets came out for pre-sale, and so my cousin and I were trying to coordinate to do that, trying to get tickets while I was in the car on my hotspot. So anyway, we get there at like 11:30 maybe, and my interview's at 1. We're literally just sitting in front of the university hall for like 2.5 hours. I just sat, went on Instagram, did my thing, relaxed, and did my interview. A lot of people started going in, so I decided to go in. And we all were told to wait 15 more minutes because there was another interview going on before us. I got to see one of my best friends, Brittany. Her sister is applying to PA school, so she was actually at the interview with me, which was really nice. I got to meet her, and we were hanging out the entire time. It was nice to like have someone I like somewhat knew there, so it made it a little more comfortable for me. The way the interview was structured was very nice. They allowed you to walk in, do a welcome information session, start the interviews for half of the group, while those half of the groups are doing like one-on-one interviews, and we do like the writing sample and another presentation. And then when all of that is done, then we then do our interviews, and the other group does the writing sample and the other presentation. And when all of that is done, we do the group activity, the Q&A, then the tour. So that was kind of the structure of today. It was very simple, very laid out, very informative. I ended up truly, after that presentation, they kind of sold me. Like, I actually really like the program, and I think it's amazing. I think the culture there is really nice. The only downside is the location. I really like the program. I like the faculty a lot. I like the students who we met there. So the morale is high, and I really like it. They're like a supportive team, and I think they just want you to be the best practitioners you can be. So yeah, that's today's interview recap. I'm genuinely surprised that today went how it went, and I'm happy. I'm actually happy. Anyways, I'm gonna go to bed because I'm tired. Like that right there, that area, it's calling me. Bye guys, I will update you soon. Bye. And then I didn't film anything when I was in Denmark doing my next interview. That interview kind of was different because it was an online interview as opposed to the interview that I had previously, which was a in-person interview. And I did like the style of an in-person interview better. I was vibing more with the school too. I got to envision myself actually going into that school. Yeah, it was a good interview, and I'm happy that I got to do it. it was a good experience, and low-key ended up going there. So I'm very, very happy. And so yeah, I had the second interview in Denmark. Everything was wild. So that second interview, I wasn't really vibing with like the people, and that maybe be due to the virtual interview-ness of it. I don't know. I could tell like my mind was kind of set towards the first school that I interviewed with as opposed to the second one in comparison to the two of them. Then I was actually getting emails from one of my top schools, and they just kept like emailing me saying I kept making it to the next round for screening and that they're considering me as a candidate, blah, blah, blah. And I just kept making it through rounds of screenings, and I was like, wait. And then I remember they offered me an interview, but they didn't give me the date. And I remember being in Denmark, and I was like, I hope the interview date doesn't align with anything important that I had planned. I didn't hear back until like December of when my interview was going to be, and I found out I was going to be getting an interview like in August. So it was really weird. So I already knew like going into the fall that I had a school that I was gonna go to. It's a January start school, so I was like, okay, when is my other top school going to tell me when I'm gonna interview? They didn't tell me when I was going to interview till December, and they told me that it was going to be towards the end of December, my interview. And in my mind I was like, oh, that's cutting it so close. I'm gonna interview with the school at the end of December, and my school that I got accepted to starts at the beginning of January, right at the beginning. So I already had to pay like the deposit, claim my spot, do everything. I was just so nervous because I was like, I'm gonna have to find a place to live. But my family and I kind of really wanted to get into this one school that offered the interview in December. So I did it, but it was virtual, which was weird because they told me it was going to be an in-person one, but then they were like, wait, no, we're gonna do it virtually. So we did it virtually. The vibes were okay. Like I couldn't really suss it out. I thought I did all right, but like I didn't feel the same that I did for that first school. So I asked them how long it would take to get my results back for that interview, and they told me about 4 to 6 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks, I don't remember. But I was like, there's not enough time. I literally start school in 2 weeks at other school that I got accepted to, and I can't pass it up for one school that may or may not accept me. So I had a whole conversation with my parents, and we ended up going to the state where the school is and finding an apartment, signed for the apartment, and ended up just withdrawing. And it kind of ended up working out, and it was dramatic at the moment, but now we're here and I have an apartment. I love my friends. I have a good experience. So yeah. So now we're just gonna get into some stats for school. I think I've had like 3,000 to 4,000 hours of patient experience, all of that combined. I ended up with honors at my undergrad. I have a master's in business administration as well as an undergrad degree in bio and a chemistry minor and a psychology minor. I had a lot of extracurricular activities. I was president of a multicultural organization. I spearheaded a lot of things in the multicultural space of the school, as well as did a lot of peer education through Peer Catalyst program, as well as I became a Peer Catalyst, then a Peer Catalyst mentor for years, and then also did a grad assistant with Peer Catalyst mentor. And I did a lot of work for that program as well. So I was very involved at school and outside of school once I graduated in terms of working. Yeah, those were my stats, and that was my entire PA application journey. If you guys have any questions, please leave them down below in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it and learned and gained something from this video, and I will see you in my next one. I'm so behind on videos that next ones will be from before PA school when I went to Disney with my best friend, and then we have some PA school vlogs for y'all. So yeah, I'll see you guys soon. Bye!